Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Leadership Podcast with Stephen Akintayo. And today I have a big one right here in the city of Accra, Ghana. His name sounds like a Nigerian. His entrepreneurship drive is definitely that of a Nigerian. But of course, he's a Ghanaian by blood and by everything you can say. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest today is Bola Ray. Welcome.
No, thank you very much.
Good to see you.
Such a pleasure to be.
Do you know the meaning of Bola in Nigeria?
No, tell me about it.
Serious, you don't
Seriously,
know?
no, I don't.
Bola means born in wealth.
Wow. I claim it. And I think I'm living it. Oh, really?
Yes,
For real?
you
That's
are.
what it means?
That's what it means.
Wow.
So when I saw
Thanks,
Bola Ray,
okay.
so usually the Ray can be for any other thing, maybe Raymond.
That's
so
right.
people just
Okay.
shorten that. So, but the Bola means born in wealth.
Born in wealth.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And
Thanks so much for that.
you're a
my
wealthy
brother.
man.
We're following your
So
steps.
what's the meaning of Bola Ray?
Well, thank you very much for having me on your show, Stephen.
you're
And, before all else, I also want to congratulate you. I think
you.
with what you've built, with what you've set out to do, I think that is a great inspiration to many out there.
Thank you.
And I would want to commend you.
Thank
that,
you.
Keep at it.
Thank
Let's stay focused.
Yes.
This morning, you mentioned one thing on radio, which is, yes, let's work hard, but let's also scale it up to work smart.
Yes.
But ultimately,
Yes.
we should network.
That's what we're doing.
Exactly. The synergies are there already. So congratulations for that.
Thank you very much.
Right. So Bola actually, the name came about just when I was about 11 years old.
Oh.
When I was in secondary school. Yes. Form 1 at the best school in Ghana, arguably. Accra Academy. So it's an all-boys school.
Okay.
And I remember I was 11. I was going to prep in the evening. My real name actually is Nat. So it's Nathan Kwabena Edisi.
Okay.
That's my name.
Okay.
So when I went to Form 1, naturally, because I was Nat, there was a senior who was there and he was called Natty Ray.
Oh.
So because I was also Nat, everybody started calling me Natty Ray Jr. and all of that. But at that age, I also wanted to distinct, myself and all of that. So one evening while, going for preps, I saw a pencil. I think it was divine. I saw a pencil.
Wow.
Those times it's either you write your name on a piece of paper and put it, inside the pen.
Yes.
Especially the big pen, which was transparent, so that it claims ownership and all of that. So you had your name on it. And also on the pencil, you sharpen the back of it and write your name. So I saw this pencil on the ground and it had Bola on it. So I picked it up. And I think that, it was something that was instructive. I loved the name, the term, and I even bumped into that. So I said to myself, how do I distinct? People call me Natty Ray because, the senior who was there, and I'm Nat, so they call me Natty Ray Jr. I think that I'll keep the Ray. I like the sound of it, but I also add the Bola to it. And 2 days afterwards, I was like, okay, so Bola Ray, growing up, if people should ask you what is the meaning of it, so I said, look, let it be an acronym of what I represent and what I stand for. And at that early age, I was able to deduce and know that, look, this is what it should stand for. I said, look, I'm brilliant.
Yeah, wow.
I'm outstanding in what I do.
Wow.
That's what I have a lovable personality. I'm loving. The A is for also ambitious. So that's it. I actually created the Bola that anybody should ask you, what is the meaning of Bola and all of that? I said, well, it stands for, being brilliant, outstanding, loving and affable. That is it for me.
Nice.
But then also in Ghana, people means that Bola means something that is big, something that is, huge, humongous and all of that. So people said, okay, fine. He has a big head. He has got a big this. He has this. That's okay. So I claim it. But when I think 3 years on, I was in Form 4 at the time. And then also with the Ray, because now everybody was calling me Bola Ray. And I said, well, you have a meaning for Bola. What about the Ray? Then I also said, listen, I have to put something down for the Ray. So yes, like you said, people thought it was Raymond and all of that. I said, no. So the Ray is also the light of the world. Like we know rays of the sun and all of that. But it stands for something religious, ambitious, and youthful.
Wow.
So if you want, Bola Ray stands for, it's an acronym of things that I believe in. And every morning, Doc, when I wake up, that is what drives me.
Wow.
My name is a total inspiration to me, hand to heart. Because the mention of my name, people feel, well, they're just calling my name, it's a nickname. But for me, anytime my name is mentioned, it's something powerful that says you are here for a purpose.
Come on.
You are brilliant, you are outstanding, you are loving, you are affable in the A. The religious, the Ray, you are religious, you are ambitious, and you are youthful. So it drives me. So at my age, in everything that I do, that is what settles me.
Beautiful. Tell us about your religion.
Yes, so I'm a Christian.
Okay.
Born, of course, my mom and dad are Christians, but I embrace all religions. I think that we have to be, self-encompassing, loving, because that's what all religion, the tenets of it, that's what it stands. And my mom and dad are Jehovah's Witnesses. Born in that, taught, well-bred, and that is where you get the fundamentals and the basis to love one another, to reach out and help, to be kind. Because for me, that is the essence of life. That is the purpose of life. Yes, we chase material things. We want to be wealthy. We want to, but we lack that in humanity. In people, there's no more love like we want it to be. People are not kind. People are just out there disdaining, looking down on people, all because they want to acquire material wealth. If that goal is not there, or ambition that I want to be competitive, to have more, to get more than this person, then it will be a beautiful world, right?
Absolutely.
So that's why I feel that religion should actually bring into the fore, at least for all to know that fundamentally we have to love no matter where you're coming from, whether you're Somalian, you're South African, you're Kenyan, Nigerian, Ghanaian, you are European, you're American. First and foremost, we are human beings.
Absolutely.
And love should bind us together.
Absolutely.
Religion should bring us together.
Absolutely.
So for me, that is my understanding of it.
Good.
I respect all religions. Yes, probably a Christian. And I believe that, look, a Muslim, Hindu, whatever, let's all coexist peacefully.
That's really outstanding. You're youthful, so are you going to be young forever? Forever young.
Yes, I want to be. That's right. I feel like youthful at heart. I mean, I always tell people that I've seen people. I know a very good man, very top industrialist in our country, and I visit him all the time. He's 72 now. And, in his dressing, in his way of life. So I asked him one day, I said, Uncle, how is it like at your age? You're still very youthful. You listen to music and he says, because I'm free in the mind and I'm happy. I choose to be happy. By choosing to be happy, I'm youthful. He bonds with his sons who are in their 40s. Some are out there in their 30s. Sometimes he says, oh, let's go to this nightclub. Let's go. And he's there with his cap and all of that. He attends parties. If you look on his music selection playlist, on Boomplay, he would tell you, this is the kind of songs I'm listening to. So I said, wow, he's in his 70s. He's young at heart. And for me, that is how I want to be. I bond with my kids. And I learn every day. So people say, how are you able to keep up and know the new song? Yes, I'm into entertainment, but and lifestyle. But my children now, they've grown up to catch up with me. They tell you what is happening in the world of the youth. So sometimes when you go out and you meet young people and you're interacting and you use some of their jargon, how did you? And I say, well, either I'm reading or I'm learning for my children. And I think that it is important. If we all, it's only in that part of the world that when somebody is like 40, 50, they say, oh, he's old, and they want to put you aside and they don't get you. So mentally, many of our people who should be very productive and be at the forefront, they'll just feel like they just get some small pain and say, oh, I'm old, I'm sick, I cannot. So they're wearing the bone. They just cannot keep up.
That's true.
Just because of the culture, the mentality.
True. That's true.
They can't even go out there to play football, to play basketball.
That's
true. You should do that in your youthful days.
Yes, and you're still youthful.
You're still youthful.
Yes.
It keeps you, your health. It keeps you to be strong.
Exactly.
It keeps you to be mentally, focused.
Absolutely.
And I think that we should begin to inculcate that in our people as a lifestyle. Because you go out into the US and in the UK, people who are in their 60s, they're still very aged. They're still on the move.
Yeah, they still have jobs.
They still have jobs. But in Africa, you get in there in your 40s, in your 50s, so he's getting ready for pension. When you're in your 50s, everybody knows that, he's going on retirement. He's going. So with that mentality, people feel, oh, in 5 years, I'm going on retirement. So you know what? As for this one, let me build my retirement home. Let me really. Out there, people are starting businesses at 50, at 60. They are thinking generationally.
Yes.
We all have KFC.
Yes, exactly.
Colonel Sanders was in his 60s when he founded KFC.
Absolutely.
It's a generational thing. And if he was just thinking like me and say, well, in my 60s, let me just look at my grandkids. Let me just retire. I'm going to die.
Yeah.
We don't have KFC that we all enjoy
Very
now.
true.
Many businesses were built by people because it doesn't mean that you are old, so you've lost the wisdom. No.
Yeah.
And doesn't mean that you are young, so you can't be ambitious or you cannot be wise. No.
That's good.
Let's have a good mix.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3.
Oh,
wonderful.
Boy and girl.
Yeah, so 2 boys and then a girl.
Wow.
The first one will be 18 this year.
Oh.
Yes, exactly. He's in high school now, getting ready for college.
Here in Ghana? Or
here in Ghana. He's here in Ghana in a very good school.
Okay.
Yeah, right here in Ghana. He's in Tema. He's one of the best.
Nice.
And then the other 2, boy and girl, are here also in Accra in
why
an
did you
international
raise
school.
them in UK or US?
I've always believed in making it in Ghana, most especially making it in Africa. I got the opportunity to live out there in the UK, a very good offer in 2005 to work for a great media house out there in the UK. But I told my wife, at that time I'd just gotten married in 2005 and we went on our honeymoon. I went there to work with this, media house and I got a very juicy offer. But I've always been a firm believer that look, we can make it here on the continent.
Come on.
And let it resonate globally.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
And really, yes, money is good, but I'm not motivated by money. I'm motivated by impact. In impacting people, you make the money. And that's how it's been my philosophy.
Wow.
So I came back, still continue to be in the media work, but I said, I don't want to be a DJ for all. And that is one thing I set out clearly to do. I mean, my background.
You started as a DJ?
I started off as a DJ back in school because my mom and dad at the point separated. Okay. I was only 16 years old and I'm the firstborn of my family. Wow. So it was more of following passion, but also for economic benefits. So I'm the firstborn. I can't see my mom alone working to pay my school fees. So I made a decision at age 16, 17 that look, I'll just be, and thankfully I became the entertainment prefect of my school. So yes, I was doing some events, making some money on the side. But when I went to the university, became an entertainment secretary, I also, before that, worked at the radio station called Radio Universe. It was a campus radio station. And that gave me the chance to actually hone my skills in DJing, in media presentation, radio work, and all of that. So that it opened the doors for me. So while on campus and entertainment secretary, I was emceeing hall events, SRC weeks, and also DJing. And I made some money. Then also through that, I was playing at nightclubs. People would see and say, oh, this guy, they would sometimes run to my mom and say, oh, your guy, we saw him at nightclub. People are smoking and all of that. Yeah, we know he doesn't smoke, but that will corrupt him. People are drinking, he's young, he's 18, 19. But for me, they go to my mom. My mom, of course, very religious woman. I sat her down and I spoke to her. I said, look, I know how difficult it is for you to raise 4 boys. Of course, I come from a family of 4 boys. I'm the first. I have to actually support you. So I'm not there as that bad boy. Let them see whatever it is, but I'm going to prove them wrong. So I used to work in the nights, DJ, bring the money, help pay my fees. At age 19, I was paying my own school fees. In the university. So it was that decision, conscious effort to make sure that, you live and live well.
Do you think young people still have that mentality today?
Well, I think there are some good ones out there. But again, that is where it comes to mentorship and direction. Many have the energy, the drive to do that. But are we focusing them? That is why society, it is important because they mirror what they see.
True.
If the adults, today I read somewhere, one, top business magnate in Ghana had just come out to say that they failed the youth of Ghana. The elderly of Ghana, many of them have failed the youth of Ghana because they are not sharing their stories enough. They are not mentoring them. They are not bringing them. So the challenges that they've gone through, they are leaving the youth to make the same mistakes. I think that, Doc, you and I, that narrative, we should change it.
Very true.
Let's imbibe that in our sons, in our children, in our daughters. I love it. You brought your family down. You are working, but you have the family. What time to bond? Either to it might be just you on the train. Family might be somewhere. And then in 2-3 years, 5 years, there's a divorce. But once they they are with you. You are working, but there's the family.
Yes.
That is what we should do. At first, Father's Day wasn't celebrated that much because everybody had that mentality that, as for fathers,
leave the fathers. They don't have our time.
Thank God we are getting new crop of fathers.
Yes.
And they are saying, let's hold hands and let's raise our sons. Wow. So yes, for me, I started off as a DJ on campus, but I made that strong mental note that I don't want to be a DJ forever. I love it DJing as a youth, but I said to myself, when I'm 30, when I'm 40, do I want to still carry DJing bags with CDs? It's now that we have laptops, so you can just carry them and go and play. But back in my time, that is the mentality that shook me, and I'm like, I don't want to be in my 30s and 40s and still holding my DJ bag to go and play in a nightclub. Wow. It's lovely to DJ and all of that. Can I scale up?
Come on.
So I told myself that, look, I'm doing this for the next 2-3 years. I want to be on radio, be a media personality. So let me work towards it. While there as a media personality on radio, I said, okay, do I want to be on radio for the rest of my life? Can't I create a business part? There's a show part of it. There's a business part. That's why it's called show business.
Come on.
So yes, before 30, I founded a company. In fact, I was 25. It started from my car boots.
Wow.
And it's called Empire Entertainment.
Wow.
What we were doing was just to organize poolside parties. Because I was on campus, I had to go for poolside program, beach parties. And I'm like, I can book artists. They are my friend. I mean, they are my friends out there. I'm on radio. I interview them. Why don't I use them for events?
Yes.
So Empire Entertainment was started in my car boot doing that. Then I got companies that will come and sponsor my poolside events. And I said, why can't I be a salesperson for these companies? They are sponsoring me. They are into energy drink. They are into fast, moving consumables. And I'm like, why don't I do that? There is a company called Vega Foods.
Okay.
And this is instructive because it taught me about also integrity and being truthful. Because it's one and it's part of, my ethos.
Yes.
And my values in life.
Yes.
That integrity is important. And candor, being able to say it as it is. I went to this company to sponsor my program. They were into energy drinks. They were into, a whole lot of food items. And then they asked me, where's your office? Because I gave them a great presentation. I'd gone with my car. I didn't have any money.
And your car was your office?
My car was my office. So I was starting, these guys were Lebanese guys. So they were like, we like what you do. We came for your poolside party. It was a great one. Your next one I want to sponsor. But where's your office? Something was telling me, lie to them, that you have an office. But I said, well, what about if they want to come and visit?
Yes.
Really, you don't have an office? So I told them, guys, I don't have an office. I operate for my car boots. And that alone changed everything. He said, look, we'll help you get an office space. We're going to invest. Let's do this together. We like what you do, your work ethic. And that is it. So to the many youth out there, that's what I want to share with them. It is important to say and speak the truth. Integrity, hold it as a badge. Yes, there'll be challenges, but say it as if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Yeah, true.
So that changed everything for me. Going into events, changing the narrative. Then in 2010, I remember I visited Nigeria. Chief Dele Momodu invited me. Before that, I was there in 2006. And then I used to have a TV program called Paradise. It's a lifestyle program, just like MTV Cribs. So we go to the homes of people and we interview them. I was a guy called Danny Wilson. I came into Nigeria to interview Danny. There was also, at the time, Silverbird Galleria had opened. We came to do interview, Ketty Ben Bruce and all. And Dele Momodu himself. We got other people. I think it was... there was a musician, there was a Motola as well that I interviewed. There was Daddy Shoki and all of that. Then 2010, Dele invited me once more. And while there with my friends, we said, wow, there's this beautiful relationship between Ghana and Nigeria. Why don't we do a concert where we'll have Nigerian artists come to Ghana to come and perform and vice versa? I remember coming back to Ghana and granting an interview. When I said that, some people said, oh, it's not possible. How many Nigerian musicians can... At the time, it was Two-Face that was doing it with, what's the guy? The one who played this song. You don't hit my car.
Tony
Tetula. And all of that. Those were the names. So I was like, look, we can do it. Because I was managing an artist called TikTok.
And
he had done a collaboration with Tony Tetula. That was VIP. So I was like, we can actually bridge the gap. We can collaborate. So we registered Ghana Meet Niger here in 2010. 2011, we did our first show. And it was full to the rafters. Over 2,000 people at the Accra International Conference Center. So that's when it was bad. We brought Two-Face. We brought in MI for our first show. There's a guy as well. I forgot. We got Nice.
Yes.
To be on as well. And it was a very big show.
Wow.
And yes, that's
it. The beginning of the empire, ladies and gentlemen.
Correct.
So my next question is, where do you think we miss it in Africa in terms of mental work? Because what I could just see as you're talking is the mental work of thinking through. You know, I don't want to continue to be DJ for the rest of my life at the Hawkins. I need to be more, and then a presenter. And then from that, why just present? Can I be a business entrepreneur? How important is the mental work aspect of things?
Well, I think that is important for one to, yes, it behoves on you to think, create, and discover yourself. But it's also the kind of people that you associate with. Because for me at the university, there was one professor, Professor Kwesi Yanka, who was also the chairman of our radio station. And I looked at him and I said, this is an academic who's taking interest in the media and helping. Can I be like him? Because during our time, it was like, DJing is for school dropouts. In the university, you want to do DJ. So it's also to prove a point. I used to tell my good friend, DJ Black, he's with Joy FM, and he said, we want to be the first, graduate DJs. And for me, it's like a badge that I was wearing. Just to scale up. There's also my manager called Alhaji Siddiq, who was the manager of the radio station. And I saw how he's an academic, but blending also radio work and thinking outside the box. So in my interaction with people, then moving on to Joy FM, the station that I worked with, and seeing the owner who has, a degree in economics and has come out to set up a radio station. He's also into commodities. His wife is dealing in rice. I said, I want to be like him. His name is Chrissy June. So I said, I want to be like him. So it's also that mental work and having somebody also as your mentor to look up to at any stage in life. That, this is a role model. This is somebody I can model my life around and be like or be more. So it is important for the youth out there to do that. Sometimes have that self-introspection. Look within you. What are my skills? What are the things that will actually set me apart from the rest? Once you're able to identify that and you crystallize it, it all falls in place. And Doc, I'll tell you, Stephen, the universe aligns with our dreams. Many people, and I believe in speaking it into motion, it happens. Many of the things that, and you spoke about writing down a goal, a plan, and all of that. Yes, you write it and you act it.
I love that.
So it's the same as you speaking it. Speak it, but put it down. I remember growing up, I used to tell people that when I was on radio, even before radio, on school as an entertainment prefect, after dining, I'll go around with a spoon in hand and I'll tell people, you're welcome to Focus on Africa on the BBC. My name is Bola Ray. Can you tell us about what's happening in Africa and all of that? And then some people were laughing at me. I said, one day I work at the BBC. They thought I was joking. In 2004, I got the opportunity to go out there to visit Bush House. And then at the reception, once I mentioned my name, I said, hello, my name is Bola Ray. I'm from Joy FM Ghana, and I'm here to actually have, a tour. And I've been given a note by my general manager, Ken Ashigbe. So who to see? I just gave it out. Somebody heard me at the reception talking.
I said, I love this voice.
And came over to say, wow, what a beautiful voice. I want for you to do a liner for me that mentioned, my name is Bola Ray. You're listening to Wide Label. And I said, why not? I went in there, just recorded that line for him. Did my tour, exchanged numbers and all of that. The next day, he gave me a call. Said, can you come over to the BBC? I said, a friend of mine heard you and says, do a jingle, a liner for Focus on Africa. Can you? Yes.
The same Focus on Africa you used to.
And yes, I'll tell you the sweet one, the cherry on it.
On it.
I said, why not? So I went in there once we were recording, the producers came in. They said, "Oh, where are you from Ghana?" I said, "Oh, I'm also from Kenya. We're doing this." You know what? We're talking about entertainment and all of that, and musicians from the continent. Can you be our guest on Focus on Africa?
Wow.
That is it. Yes.
Wow.
So I did, and fast forward, yes, they asked me to come in there as a guest.
Yeah.
I finished recording Focus on Africa. Oh, in fact, it was live. It was at dawn. I think I had to wake up. They sent a car for me around 4 a.m. Came to pick me up, did the program. So by 6 we were done.
Yeah.
When I was going, just as we were interacting, people said, "Oh, that was a great program," and all of that. Again, one, great man came through and says, "I love your voice. I was listening to you. You know what? We have a program called Top of the Pops on the BBC radio. It's hosted by Emma B. Okay. But Emma B is not well and cannot do. Can you step in and host the show?" So I'm the first African to have hosted Top of the Pops on the BBC radio. Exactly. So that is how it works.
Yeah.
And I have numerous examples of things that I always pray to God. And I said, I want my first child to be a male because I want him to be born on a Tuesday.
Why?
Because I thought, okay, I want a junior. I love women. But I said, can my last one be a female or my second one be a female? But God, as for the first one, let it be a male. I want to mentor him. I want to take him there. I want him to look like me. I want him to be the junior Bola Ray. And I was just saying that. But I said, God is in your hands. If I have a female, I love it too. But I wish I can get a male.
Wow.
And my wife's friend let my first one be a girl. So we're always, I said, why? And she says, because you're coming from your family, you have 4 boys.
Yes.
My brothers also, they weren't married, they didn't have children. They said, you are the firstborn.
Yeah.
I want to be the one to give my mother-in-law the first girl in your family. So we're just laughing about it. And it happened. It was a boy. It was on a Tuesday.
You cheated. You cheated.
And it was on a Tuesday. And there's been a lot of things about life. But EIB, the network that we set up. I remember growing up, I used to tell people that, look, after working at Joy FM and being a media personality on air, hosting the biggest drive show in Ghana, being on TV, hosting the biggest magazine, TV, lifestyle show, music on TV3. Someday, I want to be part of a business that I own 5 radio stations and a TV station. I remember I granted an interview in a paper called Prime People. I still have a copy of the paper. Anytime I take it, I just laugh. It was in 2008 I granted that interview. And I said, this is what I want to. 2014 it happened.
Wow.
I went out there to a very good friend of mine, said, let's do this and all of that. This is what I'm coming in for the loan. He was the CEO of a bank and all of that. He said, come back the next 2 days. I went and said, my dad is interested. We want to partner. You keep your money. We'll give you the loan. Let's do this. We know you have the knowledge. Let's build this one up. You have shares in it. Let's build it up. Simple. And that has happened. So again, what we speak into our lives that we want it to happen, whatever we conceive, let's believe that we can achieve.
Come on.
Let's believe that we can. Even Elon Musk is out there, going out there to space. He's building Tesla. If Facebook is out there, Mark Zuckerberg is out there to look, this is what I can do. If Aliko Dangote can come through to look, Nigeria. Now, I just heard that he says by June.
Yes. One man. Ending
and he
the
said,
entire, and that's been the biggest headache of Nigeria.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's inspiring. But it's not been easy, though.
It's not been easy.
Yes.
Nobody. It's not been easy, but it will be worth it.
Yes. No, really.
My mom always tells me that the journey will not be easy. If it was easy, everyone else would have done it. I've seen your schedule.
Yes.
Just this afternoon on my way here, I saw you're going to be in is it in Glasgow or something? And I'm saying, this man was out there. I was watching him. Was in Houston, Texas. Moved to New York. Moved to Amsterdam. Then to Nigeria. Then to Ghana. All within a space of about a week or a week and a half.
Yes.
If it was that easy, everybody else would have done it. But it takes discipline. It takes commitment. It takes focus.
Very true.
And that's why Dr. Stephen Akintayo, that's why you are in that space and you're doing it.
Thank you. So, I bet on Dangote anyway.
Okay.
The largest lineup of our estate is in that Ibejuleki axis. When he moved there and started building the refinery, I said, well, he has created an industrial project that will create a deficit in residential.
Right.
Let me key in.
You see? So that's the vision. You see?
Yes.
Wow. So that's where you have your estates.
Yeah, we have the largest number there.
Wow.
Almost 10 estates in that area.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Just targeting, because I knew that was a major move.
Project. Yeah.
It was a major move. And I'm glad because we've gotten some of those projects got over 1,000%, growth, those lands.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Some we were going
appreciating
for. Some were going for $500 when we launched, and now they are going for over $50,000.
Amazing.
Per plot. Yes.
Per plot.
Per plot.
Started at $500 US.
Yes.
Interesting. There you go.
Wow. So, will we say the network you set up is the largest private media corporation?
Well, there are other, private, media organizations, but of course, in terms of focus, in terms of also the skill, yes, there are some that are there, but some are into mass media.
Yes.
We have a blend.
Okay.
I think that by far, we're just about 2 or 3 media organizations that are the same focus.
Yes.
Some of them are just, if it's mass media, it's just, mass media. Yeah. If it's also targeted prime media, some of them, 1, 2, but we have also that skill. And it's the presence. We are actually in Kumasi, we are in Takrady, we are in the eastern region, and we're here in Accra as well. But we are nationwide in terms of the reach.
But what do you see about the network in 20 years?
In 2 years, you should ask me. No, when we set out, the vision from 2014, when we set up, was in 2 years, we want to set up an office in Doha, in Dubai. And that was for us, it was part of our strategic plan that in 2-3 years, part of our 5-year development plan or goal was for us to have bureaus or satellite offices out there in Doha, in Dubai, in London, in New York, in South Africa, in Kenya, and in Nigeria. So in 5 years, that's what we're going to do, because we believe that let's tell the African story. Let's reach out. Then, of course, you plan, but things also happen. My shareholders had a bank here in Ghana, and they got into some political issues and also banking crisis and all of that. So that vision was actually put on hold. But we are actually bringing it back, because the vision is there, the blueprint is there for us to, and it takes money to push it to all these bureaus. That is what we really want to do. It's a vision that we believe that will create employment, one, and also will change the narrative. Because if you have people in the US, Africans in the US, who are working at this station, TV station, and changing the narrative, we tell our own story. So if there's a successful African person who is there in the US, we're interviewing to broadcast to everybody out there. And also those in the diaspora. How many people are telling their stories? But when they know they have a media house that will come to them, and they don't have to go and pay an arm and a leg. When news break, we are telling that story out there from Dubai in our office to say, look, we are on ground, we're covering this. If the prince is coming into Nigeria, yes, we should be part of that delegation. Tell it our story to our own people, and let them know that this is what it is. And now look at our entertainment scene.
Yes, it's huge.
It's huge with Afrobeat. If Davido is out there filling, Times Square, and then Wizkid is doing that.
Yes, Burna Boy.
We want to see Burna Boy. We want to see our media houses. Yes, social media will give them, but the traditional media houses should bet and take a chance on them. They are selling their rights to other media organizations. That is fine, but an African media house or group should even come together and say, look, we are doing the biggest aid concerts to help Africa.
Come on.
Do you know what you can do if you should set up today an African government through the AU says that we want to do this AU concert. We are raising $5 billion. Put all these top stars on it. People will sit in their homes and watch these concerts. If you watch, you are paying $5, $10, whatever premium. Those who come into the concert, they're going to have artist engagement. So Davido is taking a picture with you, Sarko there, Stone Boy, photo opportunity, you pay $1,000. And we are making sure that we are curating that for you. We'll have $5 billion in our coffers to say that, look, this is for the expressway or for a refinery, whatever we want to do with Africa. We can raise the money through entertainment.
And I agree.
Through real estate.
I agree, absolutely.
So there are a lot of things that through the media we can achieve.
Why do you think we are not united?
Well, I think Dangote said that just about 2 days ago at the Africa CEOs Forum.
Yes.
And he says, look, he as an African, he needs 35 visas in his passport to travel around Africa. But somebody from Europe, can come in. Of course, he mentioned France, he mentioned the UK. They come through, it's visa on arrival, or they don't even need it because they have a diplomatic passport. But as an entrepreneur, look at Dangote's level.
I mean, it's shocking.
So it's the mentality you asked. Why are we not united? We've talked about AFTA, AFCTAs,
Yes, after
even trade. We want to import stuff from Nigeria, onions from Niger. We want to do this, and it's difficult. Trade barriers, the taxes. So it's leadership. You said it. Why are we not united? It's not as if the people, they don't want to unite.
It's our leaders that don't want to unite.
Our leaders should take that, the bull by the horn. And say that, look, guys, let's sit around the table. What is it? We are our own people. We want them to do well in business, in entertainment, in this. Why are we taxing a lot of people when they are coming to maybe set up a law firm in our country, or we make the law so whatever that they cannot navigate, so they don't collaborate? Because it's easier to collaborate and partner with somebody out there in France, in the UK, or the US than to do business with your own African person. Because even to get to Cameroon, you have to now travel. Some will go out there maybe to France and come back to Cameroon, or even go to Somalia. You have to,
it's ridiculous.
So our transportation, if you don't fix our transportation network, trade is impossible.
I mean, what shocked me was business class from Nigeria to Ghana was about $500.
Wait, you can get a ticket to go to London?
I don't understand. Exactly.
You can get a ticket to go to London.
What's going on? And it's even now one coach. The most
it's just one coach.
It was that one coach.
So the only thing is that you get to the front seat and that they call business. So I believe that is the mindset. I want to see a day where African leaders will sit down. President of Ghana, President of Rwanda, of Kenya, of South Africa. Yes, let's have the legal lines drawn. But let's also say, business-wise, this is what we're going to take some pillars and say, look, where are we deficits? If it's housing, how did Nigeria get it right with their estates? Can we get them to partner some top housing, property agents here? We want to build affordable housing. We can do that. We get the funding. Let Africans do it for Africa.
Why do you think that those who have succeeded in the private sector don't want to go into public service, and few who go don't succeed? They literally don't even.
It's the bureaucracy, if you ask me, because you see, every entrepreneur or private person, they have a way of doing things. In the public sector, sometimes, the red tape, it takes long. And entrepreneurs are just on the move. Let's take the risk. Let's do it. Because we know what will happen. Imagine if Elon Musk was with the public company and saying that this is my idea, yes, funding will be a challenge, but even the will to carry it out.
That's true.
That's true. Once we get people who think as private people and know that, look, we take a risk, we might fail, there might be challenges, but regardless, we have to get there. Look at what Paul Kagame is doing. So you need a leader who come in ruthless, at a point, but committed to a fault. And say, look, I want to build a convention center. The goal is, at a point, all top government or public or private conferences and conventions will happen in Rwanda. That will be the meeting place. At a point, somebody might think that, we are building beautiful hotels, they're doing this. Are you crazy? In entertainment, in lifestyle. But he knew what he was doing. So now, many basketball of Africa, the league goes to Rwanda. They are doing the Trace Awards, Rwanda. So it is
FIFA,
Rwanda. And it's a tourism. Let's do it. Let's open it up. Let's get the best of hotels. Service. So you go out there, it's neatly done. How they relate to you, accept. That is it. So it's leadership. It plays a critical role in how we'll also develop. Simple.
But why don't private sector people want to go into politics? Like you, why not? You're popular, people love you.
Yeah, but that is also, the mistake that many people do. Sometimes you have to stay as an entrepreneur. Well, you can get into politics. There are people who are entrepreneurs or private people, they've gone into, but they are doing so well. It's also fun. I feel that just like, the work of God or the ministry of God. Politics is also a calling. Yeah, people go study political science or do law. They feel, yeah, we can, it's fine. But I feel that you should also, if you have the people's interest and you want to serve, it starts from there. So until you get that call or that feel, that don't think that because you are popular, so you go there and make a difference. Maybe you don't know Jack. Maybe you do. But in Africa, because of the name calling and people being, if you want, maligned and being bashed, others don't want to, very decent people don't want to get into African politics because he might be a self-made man.
Yes.
He's coming in there because of his thinking as a business person.
Yes.
He feels that with affordable housing, this is the approach that we should go. Because I'm a private developer. I had put up 1,000 units. I'm doing 10,000. Somebody might be somewhere and say, oh, look at this guy. He's blowing the money of Nigeria or Ghana. And they don't want to actually be, attacked that way. Most of the time, it's not even just about them. It's about their family members. If it was for them alone, but the way people will call their family members' name, oh, your dad is a thief, your mom is this, they've taken public money and they're spending. Why is your dad flying business class when he was going to? But maybe in private, you can go for a private jet and just go. But once you come in and you get into politics and you feel that this deal I'm going to close is worth 300 million, I need a private jet to go and come back and come and do government business. Not many will understand that.
That's true.
So it happens.
That's true. I mean, my next question is, what are you've been a leader, you've run great media businesses. What are your top 3 leadership, philosophy?
Well, for me, I think that one is discipline. It tops all for me. Discipline, and like I was mentioning about our values as a media company. We put that at the core. But even before that, for a business, it starts off with integrity. You have to be out there to say, look, I'm out there for this. I'll say this, even there's a gun to my head. So I think that it translates for me as well that, yes, integrity. Then comes discipline. Then comes discipline. You need to be disciplined. You need to say that, look, I have this meeting at 7. I'll be there for 7 or even earlier.
Yeah, and you did that today, and thumbs up.
And you go in there and say, this is, and you keep to it. If there's any reason why you can't make it, you just tell the person.
True.
And then also one principle in leadership, and then we'll let you, is candor. I said, be open, be frank. If it's going well, you say it is going well. If it is not, you let the person know, because of A, B, C, I can't. I think that is important. A lot of things also people miss is loyalty.
Yes. Preach that.
Yes.
Preach that.
Loyalty. And I heard your talk and I could identify with it at the summit, at the conference, that you employed people, you flew them out there to Dubai for a retreat, they come back and they in Africa we have a lot of that. And sometimes I don't blame them. It's the economic situation. Sometimes it's also the pressure from family.
Yes.
It's also, in Africa we have, a mentality that, why are you helping somebody to build this?
Why not
can't you build your own?
Yes.
And we should let people understand that it's not everyone that can be an entrepreneur.
Come on.
It's not everyone that can be a business owner. And I think that is where we need to also have a master class or a session to teach people. Some people are managers. They're not leaders.
Yes.
Simple.
Yes.
I know of people that are great managers, 8 to 5.
Yes.
You put them there, accurate, detailed work, they'll give it to you.
Yes.
But their interpersonal skills might not be the best. But they might not have the chance to, when you call them 8 p.m. and say, I wanted this. It's past this and I'm even catching it. It's why you're stressing me. It's a manager. It's fine. Somebody weekend. Can you come in here and do this? It's Monday to Friday. That's what my contract says.
Exactly. Okay.
But then there's somebody, and a leader is not just somebody at the position that MD or chairman or C-suite person. It can be, I have a technician in my business. And I have a guy who's also at the front desk. These two guys, they are not managers. They are junior staff. but their dedication and loyalty. Sunday, there's a chap called Emmanuel. He's our front desk executive. You come in there producing a religious show.
Wow.
Sometimes he's acting as a technician.
Front desk
person.
Wow.
If you ask me, say, boss, I'm learning. I want to know.
Yeah.
So there's nothing in the business now, be it on air, then microphone or headphone situation, or how to operate the console that he doesn't know.
Wow.
He's serving, he's running around it.
Wow.
But he's not a manager.
Yeah.
Such person is a leader.
Yes.
He might be a junior staff, but he's leading from the back.
Come on.
So you see that, and you want to also accentuate or help this person to progress. And now he's gone back to school, he's studying, and he says, I want to be an HR person.
Wow.
And he writes great articles.
Wow.
So sometimes I'm telling him, write the articles, let's publish online. And we do that. You know, so there's somebody that is there, he's been with the business for 9 years or more, and he will say to you that, any day, anytime, I'm ready to commit.
Wow.
That is the loyalty.
Wow.
The loyalty is not the number of time, but it's the commitment that you put in. Many are there for the bread and butter. Many are there when the going is easy. It's fine. We can not all the fingers are not the same. But we should also identify talents who are with us through thick and thin. And just like you said, if at first you are just letting people travel, just one go for the training, 2 people, now you can do 15.
Yes.
Because some will come back and resign, and others will stay.
Yes. Yes. Amazing. And Ghana election is this year.
Correct.
Who's your candidate?
No, I've always been, very objective, the professional that I am.
Okay.
And I support all. I mean, for me, with the business that I do, I always say that it's about messaging. And whatever it is, it's with the Ghanaian electorate. They know who they want. They know how they want it. And they go
the
for
ruling party now is what's their
NPP.
name?
The New Patriotic Party.
How come NPP word slogan is possible? The title of your book is possible. Do I feel there is some
I wrote
NPP somewhere?
No, I wrote, contrary to that, my boss and my chairman is also with the NDC party. So then how will you say it? So
well, I mean,
he's a politician. I did my book in 2017 before the MPP. No, so that is not the MPP slogan. It's actually a political candidate slogan who is with the MPP, who is the current vice president.
Maybe he's consultant.
So there's a joke.
Maybe he's
there's a joke that one of his managers, when it happened, he says, I think we need to write you a check because you've taken your slogan.
Exactly.
So I think that, it's not something that I can lay 100% claim to. But many people say, oh, that's your slogan. You came out in 2017 with it. And it's written in my same style. So maybe they need to pay me some money. But I think that, Ghana is a duopoly. And it's always been. Many have said that going into the elections this year, there might be a surprise. Maybe a third force will come through. And even if not win, take these elections into a second round. It is possible. Because if you look at the wind that is blowing, everybody is going out there, with a message. The ruling party say, well, we want to break the 8. We've been in power for 8 years. We're breaking the 8. The other party is saying that, no, we've been there before. We have the experience. Give us another 4. That's President Mahama. We get great 24-hour economy, idea and all of that also there. And there are other parties that are coming in there. There's Freedom Jacob Caesar, my good friend, Cheddar, who's also coming in there. So, well, you need a third force, and I'm the new force. It's time for the youth to come in there and get power. I'm a businessman. I've walked that road. I understand how the people are, suffering, what they are going through, and I'm here to make a difference.
And you are the referee.
So, so it's an interesting turf. And I've interviewed, many of the politicians at that level. I'm looking forward to interviewing President Mahama. Interviewing Vice President Mahamudu.
I mean, your friend Dele Momodu can bring
Dele Momodu, yes, easily. So I'm looking forward to interviewing all of them on my show. In 2016, I interviewed, President Akufo Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
You know, in 2015, just before 2016, he became president. I'm looking forward to doing that to all the presidential candidates this year as well.
Okay.
Yes. And it's fun. And Ghana is a great country.
It is.
I think that by 7th of December, we vote. By the 9th or 10th, we will have a president.
Okay.
Yes.
Congratulations.
And it's a peaceful country. We're going to come out of this.
No,
forget what you read. That, violence and all. No, we're a peaceful nation.
Ghanaians are peaceful.
Yeah, very peaceful. We're understanding. We are brothers and sisters.
It's we Nigerians are a bit aggressive.
So rest assured. Yes. Business will continue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, Bola Ray.
Yes, sir.
We can continue, but thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate it.
It's been an insightful one.
Yes.
And like I said from my preamble, we follow you greatly.
Thank you.
We love what you're doing.
Thank you.
And may I say that one day you become the president of Nigeria. Thank you.
On.
Congratulations, sir. Oh, is that a handshake today?
No.
But you put me on the spot now. You don't want to. Okay, thank you, Doc.
Thank you very much.
So like Donald Trump, I don't do handshake, but when I do it, I mean it. So what's your wish for Nigeria as well?
Well, I mean, my wish is that... I have an African message.
Right.
And funny enough, it's a political message.
Okay.
And it's that I want to see men like institutions rise. I think that America wasn't built by politicians. I think that politicians came in to regulate things when it was built.
Because Rocky D. Fella was there.
From John Rocky D. Fella to
Carnegie.
JP Morgan and Carnegie, Vanderbilt, and so on. They built America. They built America.
JP Morgan built the financial
It was one-man bank, one-man Federal Reserve Bank, CBN. Right? Yes. So for me, that's the new message, is the new crusade. And say, look, we are, and it's for young people that we're getting ahead of ourselves. Everybody's, let's young people take power. But if you look at, in the 60s when, Ghana gained independence, Nigeria gained independence, the Ghana late 50s, right? They were all young people, right? And we still ended up here. So it's not just about age, right? It's about capacity. Right. It's about, America is the richest country in the world because the richest people in the world live in America. Right, so we need to, grow the businesses. We need to raise great entrepreneurs. Right. When we have built big industries, then the middle class will have been created, and the middle class will force the right type of democracy. That's my argument.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Pleasure. Thank you.